I'm at the Bridgewater Community Center using the Wi-Fi for the second time. I wasn't originally going to vlog this part, but I got work done on my car, and it's work that I've been wanting to get done for a while. I got the camber fixed and had a wheel alignment, an oil change, and a tire balancing, and holy moly, it's like night and day. The car drives so much better. The steering wheel's not crooked anymore. I am so happy that I got it done. And it was always my plan to get work done around Halifax midway through my trip. But I was a bit discouraged when this is Bridgewater Automotive, where I got the work done. It's probably the 10th shop I've called. Everywhere else was like booked a week, 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, and so I'm really glad that they had time and they were able to get it done at a pretty reasonable price. So the previous owner had lowered the car and tilted the wheels in to look cool, but that wears the tires unevenly, and I wanted to get rid of that. You can see that the right rear tire was 3.6 degrees, which is quite a bit. And then this is after the alignment. They fixed it as best as they could. They basically said that if I wanted to completely get rid of it, I'd have to do entirely new suspension, which would be like $2,000. All right, I think I'm ready to continue on my trip. I've been in Bridgewater 2 days. Yesterday I had the work done on the car, and I spent a lot of time in the library uploading videos, doing blogs, and then also looking at Newfoundland and planning Newfoundland. And today I went back to the library. I also went back to the garage because they forgot to give me my sprocket. So I had to go pick that up. And then I spent 4 hours in the library again looking at Newfoundland and planning that. Went shopping, got new shoes because my last pair were smelly. And went to Shoppers Drug Mart, got bar soap and hand sanitizer. And so I think I'm ready to go continue on this trip, to do the next chapter. The plan was always to like stop in Halifax area and kind of reset, and now that that's done, I'm happy that I think we can continue. This is Peggy's Cove Lighthouse. It's maybe a bit sheltered here. I'm more interested in the viewing platform that was done by architect Omar Gandhi than Peggy's Cove Lighthouse itself, because I've seen quite a lot of lighthouses. And yeah, this one's not all that special, but the landscape around it is really interesting, very glacial, and the viewing platform is a project that I was shown last year when Omar Gandhi did a guest lecture, so it's cool to actually see it in person now. The landscape is this great slab of rock with a bunch of erratics scattered around, especially on either side of the headlands where the trees are. But first I had to take a look at the cove itself. I am very glad that it's overcast and foggy here, because it makes the photos so much better. This is incredibly cool. I'm doing a mini hike through the conservation area, and there are just erratics everywhere. You can really see the glacial history. You can see the scars on the granite from the glacier. There's erratics everywhere, and yeah, it's just I ran out of trail, ran into bushes, so I'm gonna head back and try a different place. I'm in Halifax, and we are going to see what the town is like. Somewhat unsurprisingly, I arrived quite late, and so the National Park Citadel on top was closed. All I really did was walk the waterfront, which was really cool. But then I suddenly had this urge to get out of town, and I think that's because I've been camping so much that living out of your car and camping, the hardest parts are actually the big cities because there's nowhere easy to stay without a lot of noise or like stealth camping on the street. It's really hard to be in big cities when you're living out of a car. Like if there was an Airbnb I could stay at, I'd book it. But like living in the car, it kind of just sucks to be parked on the side of the curb. So I left pretty quick, and now I'm driving the eastern shore. The roads so far hasn't been too interesting. Part of it might be because it's cloudy, but just the road is kind of set back from the coast a bit, and there aren't too many views out to the water, so it hasn't been the most interesting. But on the flip side, I've been enjoying listening to audiobooks. Made a stop at a picnic area to have a snack, and then just gonna keep going and see where the road goes. Funny enough, right around the corner was this boat wreck and some dilapidated structures. Just around the corner is a graveyard for some ships, which is pretty cool, and this steel structure that is like one strong breeze away from falling down. Never seen a structure like that that's so that's got so many buckled beams and yet is still standing. It's pretty wild. That was, though, the only interesting stop until I got to the tip. This is Chapel Valley Trail in Cancel. There's a trail. There are wind turbines. And there's forest. Camped beside a little lake last night. The road, it's probably a bad play. I could have stayed at Battery Park and across the canal. There's a canal there, and across the way it's a National Historic Site where you can camp for free in like a parking lot. But I wanted to drive the coast, and it was probably a bad idea because the coastal road, Eastern Coastal Road here, or Cape Breton Coastal Road on the east side here, is atrociously filled with potholes, and they're like 2 inches deep and like just straight down a hole in the pavement. So it's pretty terrible. And it was getting late, so I just found a little pull-in to pull in beside a lake here, and it's quite nice in the morning, but I'm not really looking forward to driving this road. There's only a few houses on this lake, and in the morning the wobbling loons were going. Now it sounds like the cicadas. I'm at the Fortress of Louisebourg early in the morning. It's actually about 10:30, but there aren't a lot of people here, which is a bit of a surprise. It is the end of August 26th, but I thought there'd be a lot more people here. But it's quite a sprawling fort with some cool buildings, so let's go take a look. It's really cool that all these buildings are just open and recreated as if 1744, and you can just wander around the whole town and go into buildings. I found the building that is about construction techniques. Different types of walls, building materials. Ooh. Hole in the ceiling. Nice. Foundations. Railings. Tools. So at 11:45 they put on a demonstration where they show how they fire a cannon. Alright, Fortress was really cool. Saw the cannon firing. And now I'm headed to Sydney and North Sydney to get the ferry to Newfoundland. It's noon now and the ferry leaves at 5:30, but you have to be checked in before 3:30. It's about an hour's drive, I think, and I need to get groceries. I need to go to the dollar store and fill up on gas, get lunch and dinner. So a few things to do before I get on the boat, and I want to make sure I'm getting them done without being rushed. So let's get ready for Newfoundland. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to help me grow the channel.